It would not be wise to spin jump on the alligator teeth, but maybe if Mario could land on top of their head. What? Yo, crocodilios. We were a PBS family too, but we watched Antiques Roadshow. I wasn't a Price is Right kid. I was an Antiques Roadshow kid. Lots of people watch like Price is Right all the time. I wasn't Price is Right. Yo, Chuck Rock. That's a pretty good game. Aw, Mallow the cat. My buddy. My buddy. You're gonna fall off me. You're gonna fall off my lap, Mallow the cat. No, Crocodilio. Oh man, Glitch Goddess. I don't know if I knew there was a British Antiques Roadshow, but I guess that makes sense. Huh, it's funny. I like the ones where it was really valuable, but they painted it. Like, well, this would be worth $200,000, except your great-grandmother painted it seafoam green and removed the original paint, so it's worth nothing. I think that's funny. Whoops. Shouldn't have painted the cabinet, eh, Carol? I told you that was an ugly color. You didn't listen. Now we don't have our rare coffee table anymore. That is what you like to be called, right? That or John. Great line. Ahead of its time. You know that was John Waters? That was John in that episode of The Simpsons? Guest voiced by John Waters, the film director John Waters. Yeah, you know that John Waters. Oh, I'm familiar with the works of John Waters. I'm familiar with the works of John Waters. I just like weird, freaky, weird stuff, and John Waters is like the weirdest, freakiest crap you can imagine. Yeah, that's the thing about John Waters films. They're intense, actually. Like I don't really want to discuss the work of John Waters too heavily on right now, but they are intense. If you're not familiar with that director, look up their stuff with a bit of understanding that you're in for a fucked up time. Those movies are intense. Yeah, they're intense and strange. In like with a point. There's a reason, right? He's saying things through that, but they're fucked up. Be careful with both the mummy eyes and the sand hands. Sand hands. He's kind of pets, but I think what he really wants is for me to get out of the chair so that he can have it. Close. They're from neighboring Sandhand land. Huh? Whoa, cool. Nothing beats the Sandhand local band. Yo, I hear that. Hard to withstand. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe that's what those hands were like supposed to be a reference to. Yeah, that's true. I never really thought about that, but you're right. Maybe seriously that's what those hands were supposed to like be. Like they're the hands from Mario 3. I never even considered that. An interesting conjecture, to be sure. Yeah, yo, Jibri, I'm going to play that too, K-Hawk. I'm going to play that too. In fact, I might actually be moderating that. I may be soon taking on SMB3 for moderation. I may be a SMB3 mod as well. I mean, I have the skill set to do it, and that's what I've said basically is like I have the skill set to mod Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, and Mario World, and even Yoshi's Island, if that were needed. So I may be approving that or moderating it. SMB3 is a very different game. I'm fortunate enough that I have experience with all of the, I guess you could say, like, original Marios. Enough that, you know, I can, like, play Kaizo hacks and stuff at it. While the Eye of Ra is powerful, it is vulnerable to any kind of jump. His magic, though, cannot be touched in any way. Yeah, Ra's got that good magic. Cool. That is a good hack. I did play that. Ah! Hello. Hello. Yeah! Good fight. Good fight. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, Stair-Dweller. Simpsons trivia. Alright, pal. Test your wits. Alright, I'm gonna give you the toughest one. In the twisted world of Marge Simpson, who is the Mexican wrestler the Investorettes invest in? I didn't know this before I looked at the card, but that is a good bit of Simpsons trivia. Talk amongst yourselves. See if you can solve the riddle.